Isn't there something you can do? The person desperately pleading right as the curtain draws is me, fresh graduate Yui Sato. And the person in front of me is none other than my brand new boss starting today. I'm sorry. Please! Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do! Why'd I end up getting assigned to the girls' dorm? Ah! This company offers dormitory housing for workers moving in from the countryside. I was supposed to start living here from today, too. And then, I found out my housing placement. Just because my name sounds like a girl's doesn't mean I am one! I have the equipment and I'm proud of it! Hey, you shouldn't be talking about that here. There are ladies here, you know. It's not even noon, and you're making claims that could be misconstrued as sexual harassment. But I'm even sharing a room with someone else! How am I supposed to keep my dangler from dangling in front of the other person? Are you asking me to refer this matter to the police department? This sucks! Hey, this is the company's fault! You have to do something about this! Sorry, but we don't have any open rooms. This really sucks! So how am I even gonna explain this to my new housemate? I'm sure most girls wouldn't be happy to hear they suddenly had to live with a guy out of nowhere. If we were just sharing a building, that'd be one thing, but the same apartment? That's just too strange. I don't think you'll have to worry about her. Why not? What? Did she have no sense of danger or something? It might be easier if you just met her yourself. My boss glanced around the office. I think it'd probably be fine for any of the girls here, but for her, I definitely don't think it'll be an issue. Hi, about this payment issue.
I have already pointed out where you need to fix it.
Hey, have you taken your lunch break yet? Maybe if you're free, we could...
No thanks.
She was extremely pretty. It was like she was the epitome of the Ice Queen archetype. It seemed like every exchange with her would end in as few words as possible. She won't be swayed by anyone else's tune. That's definitely what it looked like. Also, I'd be careful around her. She has a black belt in karate, you know. I swear on my life itself that I won't do anything. Here I am in Tokyo like I always dreamed. But how'd I end up starting on the wrong foot so bad? I'm sure my gender was listed as male on my resume and everything. How'd this company make such a big mistake? That's probably not a good sign for things to come. I guess if this job turns out to have an awful work-life balance, I'll just turn tail and run back to the countryside. Well, I've already come this far. I can at least wait and see. This must be my room. It was a bit of a walk to get here, but the dorm was smaller than I thought it'd be. I don't know if there are people here who want to live alone, or close to their hometowns. But I guess if my boss says there's really no empty rooms, then what else are we supposed to do? That doesn't mean I forgive him or anything. In any case, I might as well at least take a look inside. With that, I took a deep breath and opened the door.
Huh?
And it was like peering into another dimension. I'm so sorry! Jeez, seriously? How could I open the door and suddenly enter another world like that? Is this what Tokyo's like? That's terrifying. No, I'm just sharing an apartment with someone. That's all. Maybe if we'd both been the same gender, this wouldn't have been so terrifying for either of us. But as it was, I was frightened.
You can come in.
I heard a voice calling from the other side of the door. Sorry to bother you. After everything that just happened, I was almost too scared to walk in, so I hesitantly took tiny steps in. And when I did, I was face to face with a beautiful girl in pajamas on her knees.
Have a seat.
Oh, thanks. She was probably pretty embarrassed about what happened earlier, too. Her face was tinged a slight red.
Nice to meet you. My name is Kuan Mizushima.
Nice to meet you, too. I'm Yui Sato. Even from afar, I could tell she was pretty, but up close, her beauty was almost mesmerizing. The ice part was there, but you couldn't deny the queen either.
What happened earlier was just an accident, okay? Just forget about it. I'm sure you didn't have any ill intent.
Thank you. Phew. I was terrified the police would take me away on my very first day of work.
But first, we need to set some ground rules if we're going to live like this. I know our company said we had no choice but to accept this, but the two of us in the same place could pose problems otherwise.
It was exactly like she said. I didn't want to spook her like that ever again. We had to come up with some base standards that we agreed on between each other.
But I'm willing to work with you on this if you are, Yui.
Before we knew it, a month had already gone by.
Yui, look! Isn't this bag just the cutest?
So much for our ground rules. Aren't you being a little too casual with me, Kuon?
Well, excuse me for wanting to take a load off and relax a little bit after a long and stressful day at work.
Her Ice Queen exterior completely melted away at home. Seeing that side to her, it was almost like her regal beauty was gone, leaving a cute but slightly spoiled princess. Not that it was any less endearing to me, though.
So, anyway, what do you think? Should I buy that bag?
Sure, it's definitely pretty cute. I think it'd match your style.
I'm gonna get it then.
And so, another item was added to the collection of things in our apartment. That's how things usually shook out at home, but at work, she couldn't have looked and acted more different.
No thanks. Yui, your documents had the same imperfections on them as last time. Besides, I have no intentions of going out with a man.
What could have happened in her life to make her so different alone and at the office? I couldn't help but wonder.
Yu, I'm hungry. Make me something.
We already ate. It really was a mystery.
What's wrong? Why are you making that pouty face?
I was just thinking about how the mighty have fallen to end up like this.
Oh dear. Are the two of us gonna have a problem here?
Sorry, it's just that you couldn't be more different when we're alone.
Hey, Yu. Up until you showed up, you know I was living alone, right?
That was quite a way to open a conversation when she was using my lap as a pillow.
But when you showed up and proved yourself to be good at all that boring, dumb housework stuff, I realized how fun it was to be pampered.
I mean, I did end up taking over every single chore around the house.
So I'm not doing anything wrong.
I mean, she could still do something! Would you be like this if anyone was your roommate? Someone who was normally so stoic and standoffish showing this cutesy, spoiled side was enough to make any man want to let loose the wolf inside.
What? Obviously, I can only do this with you, Yu. You don't see me twirling myself around on a string for any other guys, do you?
Even if I hadn't seen how she acted at work, I had to admit that she wasn't exactly the same with anyone else.
Yu, why can't you notice what's right in front of you?
Keep teasing me, and I'll be cooking dinner for one tomorrow.
No, I'm sorry, okay? I need your yummy dinners in my life after work.
I didn't know how else to describe the situation besides annoying. As a new employee, there was so much I had to learn and keep track of. It was a completely new environment like nothing I learned about back in college. so I was extremely busy trying to get the hang of things.
Excuse me, Yui?
And just then, Kuon appeared next to me.
This covers our company duties at a glance. When you have a chance, please look it over.
She spoke to me in a detached voice she never used at home. But, did you make this just for me? I looked down at the binder, thickly packed with pages. The most important points were highlighted and circled by hand. How long did it take her to make this?
It is my job to help new employees get their bearings.
And with a simple goodbye, she was off. She clearly wasn't interested in having a friendly chat. She's such a good employee, isn't she? Another employee stopped by my desk this time. She's amazing at her job, and even though she's got that roughness to her, she still finds the time to take care of her coworkers. And that's to say nothing of how beautiful she is. I hadn't been here that long, but it was definitely true that in the short time I had been working here, there was no one better to rely on than her, and the shrewdly detached way she handled everything easily. An ice queen. That's what everyone called her. But nobody's that perfect in the real world. I'm jealous of the lucky son of a gun who managed to start living with her. Uh-oh. I had a bad feeling about where this might be going. I'm just gonna slip back into new employee mode and put my head down.
Today's meal seems extra fancy for some reason.
After work, I headed back to the dorm as always. Eating together with Kuon had become a daily habit at this point. I guess I wanted to thank you.
For what?
You know, for making all those materials for me. They threw everything at me during employee orientation, but having it all there in an easy-to-read form was a lifesaver. I really appreciated all her help.
Oh, that?
She continued eating as if it was no big deal.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, but
You already cook dinner for me every night. The least I can do is pay you back somehow, don't you think?
I guess that was true.
Leave work to me. You handle everything else. It's a give-and-take relationship.
But what happens if I get better at work? It seemed like this arrangement had a time limit after all.
Yu, I was thinking.
About what?
Are you getting used to Tokyo?
Well, it had been a month since I got here. I don't know if I'm used to it per se. I haven't really had a chance to go out much. I haven't even been to the main tourist destinations like Asakusa, Ginza, or Shinjuku. I've gotten to explore Ikebukuro a bit, since that's where the dorm is though.
Let's go sightseeing next weekend then.
Oh. Good idea. I'm game if you are.
Yay!
Kuon definitely didn't try to hide her joy at my response. Seeing that innocent expression on her face only made her look cuter.
Don't worry, your experienced tour guide Kuyan is here to show you all the best sights.
I'm counting on you. And so, the two of us made plans for the next weekend. Before we knew it, it was time for our outing.
Yu, what do you think of this outfit? Does it look good on me?
As we were walking side by side, Kuon turned to me, staring at me expectantly. Well, yeah. You look really good.
Oh, you're just saying that.
I wasn't. Her outfit only emphasized just how beautiful I already knew she was. Wait a second. This feels kind of like a date, doesn't it? I'd never been in a relationship before, so that feels like hanging there was pretty worrying.
This almost feels kinda like a date, huh?
Blah! She said it. This really is basically a date, right?
Oh, your face looks like a tomato. That's so cute.
As she teased me, she playfully poked my cheeks. She was so cute like this, but... That's it. I'm putting bitter melon in our dinner tomorrow.
Oh, I see. You're ready to go to war, aren't you?
Well, this was a bittersweet moment for me, too.
Whoa, there's so many people here.
The first stop in our sightseeing tour was Asakusa. As soon as we walked onto the main road, we were swept up in a swarm of tourists. People were stretching out as far as the eye could see on the path to see the famous giant lantern. I can only imagine how bad this place must get when everyone comes to pray at New Year's.
What did you expect? It's one of the most famous and successful tourist destinations in Japan. Look, they're selling imagawayaki, red bean pancakes. I want one.
Are they famous here?
Are they famous, he asks. I have no idea.
I know she was trying to act smug here, but it's too bad she couldn't stick the landing. 20 imagawayaki cakes stuffed into her face later.
Okay, let's move on.
What? We haven't even gone in yet! I guess my Asakusa memory would just be imagawayaki.
Time is money, Yu. Let's keep moving. We've still got a lot to see today.
It appeared to me that we were wasting more time getting sidetracked by detours, but my tour guide clearly knew best. Or so she claimed, at least. The two of us quickly hopped from one major destination to the next. Ueno, Roppongi, Shinjuku, Shibuya, Yoyogi. We marched through, checking out everything there was to see. Finally, we made it back to Ikebukuro, not too far from our dorm.
Ooh, that was such a blast!
It definitely was a fun-filled day from start to finish. And it wasn't just because of all the sights I got to see, either. It was because I got to experience it all with Kuon.
What now? Want to go out for drinks?
How about we pick up some alcohol to go?
You'd rather drink at home?
That was part of it. I want to cook you something to thank you for taking me out today.
Home cooking? How could I possibly refuse? Woohoo! Let's go home and drink the night away!
Whoa, Kuon! Suddenly, I felt something wonderfully warm and soft pressed up against my arm. Oh. No, I couldn't overreact now. We were still in public. I had to keep my cool. Don't do that. You have to let go of me.
But you don't want me to, do you?
I didn't.
Yes, hot pot!
When we got home, Kuon not so subtly indicated that she wanted hot pot, so I got to work and brought the finished meal to the table. Maybe it's a bit too simple to be calling this home cooking.
Never mind that. You poured your love into making this, so it's good enough for me.
My love, huh? Did I?
So yummy. This is what bliss feels like.
This was 20 minutes into our meal. With a row of empty beer cans sitting in the middle of the table, I sat across from Kuon as she beamed in absolute satisfaction. It makes me glad to hear you like it. Knowing that she was enjoying what I made so much really did put a smile on my face, too. If she ever ended up finding a partner, I'm sure they'd be just as happy to see her that way. But still, it's weird. You'd never act anything remotely like this at work.
What you mean?
Just at work, you're always so stoic and mature and stuff.
Oh, I guess I just know how to separate my switched-on self from my switched-off one.
So this was her real personality. It was only at work that she put on that affected air.
Still though, I don't act like this in front of anyone else, okay?
You don't?
It's only because you're so amazing that I can be like this, Yu.
Ah? Her smile and words made my heart instinctively skip a beat. Me? Amazing?
Yep, duh. I know I act like this around you, but I really am usually bad with men.
That's amazing. I would have had no idea.
I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I know a lot of people find me attractive. And I really don't like having all that attention on me, you know? Before I really perfected my RBF at work, I was always stuck drowning in attention. I hated it. But you're different, Yu-Yu. I feel relaxed around you.
Is this just because I do all the work around the house?
I can't say for sure that it's not, but I'll do my best to start helping from tomorrow.
I wish she'd start yesterday.
But that's not everything. I mean, look, I know how hard you've always tried to prioritize my comfort here with this whole arrangement.
Well, that's because I felt bad for ending up here under these circumstances in the first place. It's only natural that I do whatever I could, so that I didn't upset her. Was that why I decided to handle our meals every day?
That brings back memories. You always used to make that face while you were focusing with your nose buried in a cookbook.
She saw that? That's embarrassing!
When the boss first told me about this whole thing, I was sure it was going to be a disaster. But now I'm really glad it was you, Yu-Yu.
Her face relaxed into a gentle smile. Even though we were in the middle of a meal, I couldn't turn my eyes away. Hey, are you tipsy or something?
Yep.
Yeah, she was just drunk. Well, if she's just saying this because of the alcohol, oh well. But when she said and did all those things that could give someone the wrong idea, I couldn't help but fall for her. I had to be careful though. We weren't just roommates, we were coworkers too. I didn't want to do anything that upset that balance.
Oh, but let me clarify one thing. I'm not just saying this all because of the alcohol, okay?
What?
It's not like I just get drunk and start getting all lovey-dovey and asky-outy with everyone I know.
She pouted and puffed out her cheeks. It looked so cute, but I was barely focused on that. So, you mean?
Yeah, I really like you, Yu-Yu.
She said it right to my face. I couldn't help but reflexively freeze up.
You're just so nice and sweet and cute. I can't help but want you to pamper me all the time. I've been thinking about it, and I really want to try going out with you.
And then, she dropped another bombshell.
How do you feel about it, Yu-Yu?
I don't know how to find the words. It's not like I'd ever been asked out by anyone before. Oh my god. I was so happy, but at the same time, I felt so completely lost. I never imagined for even a second that I'd ever have a shot at dating someone as amazing as Kuon in my entire life. I figured there wasn't any point in even dreaming outside my lane.
Oh, but don't feel like you have to say yes just because we're roommates or whatever. I won't take it personally. It's really fine with me. But if you start to feel weird about it, I can move out and live on my own again.
When she said that, I couldn't help but think back. Now that she mentions it, when I first arrived here, she really talked to me a lot to help me feel more comfortable. And now, after everything that's happened, I feel so calm around her. Kuon, I had to say it. If I held off now, it would only cause more problems later. 3 months later, I was just about starting to get the hang of the job and the work environment. Hey, wanna go get lunch? It won't hurt to say yes sometimes, right?
Sorry.
And this became a familiar sight as well. Looks like the Ice Queen's just as popular again today, huh? My coworker was always eager to talk to me about it too. Yep. And I see the newbie starting to figure out the office dynamic as well. I guess he noticed my reaction. Was that the turning point for new employees learning the ropes here? Oh, I forgot to mention, the boss wanted to see you. So, you wanted to talk about leaving the dorm, is that correct? I went to an open meeting room with the boss, and Kuon.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, same for me. Of course, you two are free to find whatever housing you deem necessary. But I can't help but wonder.
I'd prefer to leave that up to your imagination, sir.
Oh, very well. Anyway, here's the paperwork to fill out to move out of the company dorm. Basically, it covers the deposits and adjustments we have to square off. He totally suspected us, didn't he?
Yeah, but the higher-ups and all the people in HR knew that we were living together already, so I'd be surprised if they didn't at least pick up on something there.
She did have a point.
Anyway, there's no turning back now, Yu. You've spoiled me so much that I can't imagine living another day without your help.
Kuon flashed me a teasing smile and gave me a big hug. Don't put it like that. You make it sound like you're worried I'm just gonna toss you away or something. 3 months after that, I was just reminiscing about how we ended up sharing an apartment in the first place, just because of my feminine-sounding name.
There you go. Now you have to cook me another amazing dinner.
Only if you help out.
Oh.
Don't give me that. No food unless you do your fair share, young lady. Even now, after all this time, it seems like these happy days between us aren't gonna end anytime soon. After all, the two of us? Well, I don't really need to say it, do I? You'll just have to fill in the blanks yourself.